And we are live! Hello and welcome back everyone to another Final Fantasy Friday. I'm Jim the editor, and joining me as usual for another round of, well, let's call it punishment. Because to be honest, that's what we're doing at the moment, punishing ourselves. Is Chris from Pokemon Icon. How you doing, Chris?
Let's just get on with it. Let's not get into who is or whether we hate ourselves.
Well, as people can hear, we are having some fun being struck by lightning. Should we get to it?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Right. Is my controller going to work? Yes, there we go. Brilliant. Alright, so Chris, can you remind everyone what we're doing?
We are pursuing one of the tremendously joyful mini-games of the series, which requires to dodge 200 light hits in succession by timing presses of the X button on the controller exactly to flashes of lightning as they appear on the screen.
Well summed up. Yeah, so we
Is it? Oh, good.
We're dodging lightning bolts, and what happened last week, Chris? For anyone who missed that.
Last week, you did spectacularly well. You dodged 190 lightning bolts in a row, and then you did not dodge lightning bolt number 191.
I mean,
Which is unfortunate because lightning bolts 191 through 200 are in fact crucial.
indeed. So we had a tragic failure last week, but we're here to right those wrongs, I suppose, as it were.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
We will see how that goes. Let's go that way. Some magic for Orin. In the meantime, I'm just gonna move some of our guys around from the levels that we gained doing this. Oh yeah, Titus is stuck. He needs another level 4 sphere. We can get those. Oh, there we go, Chris. That's one.
So it is. Well done.
Quacktars. Oh yeah, to make things even more difficult for ourselves, we don't actually have no encounters. So we've been fighting through the...
Yeah, we haven't bought a bunch of max repels.
Yeah, and to use a Pokemon terminology, that is exactly right. But it looks like we've caught just about 10 of everything.
Not surprising.
No, not surprising at all. Still trying to mug this guy, aren't we? Oop. That's alright, we can survive 1,000 needles. It's their friends that have 10,000 of them that we can't survive. Go, another Chocobo Feather, that's always nice. It would be nice if Titus could actually kill these things, but Orin did it for us instead. And it's quite a lot of experience. Not as much as I'd hoped. A couple of katana. Katana? Katanas. How do plurals work in Japanese, Chris?
They don't.
In what way do they not work?
It's just words do not have separate singular and plural forms. Words look the same.
Oh, and how do you differentiate?
I think there is a different article or something. I think a lot of the time it is honestly just context.
Oh, interesting. That is unusual. Or is it unusual?
I'm not sure it is, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a linguist.
In Terrail, words don't have different singular and plural forms. There's different forms of the definite article for singular and plural, but words pretty much all look the same.
Yeah, Te Reo being Māori, from the Māori term for Māori, for those from outside of New Zealand. And let's get everyone experience. You know, get out here, clapping them in the head, overkill, call all of them. So this is Lulu's weapon that we're trying to get here. The so-called Onion Knight. Do we have the Onion Knight?
Sorry?
Do we have the actual weapon?
I'm not sure we do.
Sure, I remember how to get it. I'll think. I'll have a think. Chris, I've decided that I would like to be told every 30.
Alright.
Last
I'll let you know when you get to 30 lightning bolts by my count.
Last week we had a big discussion about superstition, and I think it kicked me in the butt because I thought I was further away than I actually was. So I may have been more focused had I known how close we had started to get.
On the other hand, maybe the knowledge that the stakes are so high will give you nerves.
Perhaps, but I mean, only one way to find out, right? So yes, 200. Woo! That's right, isn't it, Chris? Is woo the right word to use?
For when we get to 200, or
I mean, for right now.
Oh yes, absolutely. Woo!
Oh, I was distracted. Back to 0.
Indeed. Didn't even get to 130.
I did not even get to 130.
That's 2, right?
That is 2. That is 3. Can you see the live chat at all, Chris?
I can. I don't think there's anyone there yet.
That's alright. I was just wondering if you could see it. When I was struck by that last lightning bolt, I was trying to make it so I could see it. And I think I'm going to make the executive decision that I don't need to see it for now. What I need to do is dodge lightning bolts. And another positive note is that we're getting a lot of...
The issue that I'm having is that if I'm looking at the live chat, then I have the stream open and Skype open, and the lightning bolts are flashing in the two at different times. So I'm going to lose count if I look at it too often.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, here we go. I've got the stream working. Hopefully we don't get a little bit of feedback from that, but that's fine. Managed to figure it out. On the plus side, the fact that we get to battle these guys means that we're getting a truck ton of these chocobo feathers. Now people might ask, why is that important? I mean, it's not really important. The chocobo feathers are an item that you can use to create auto haste weapons. Sorry, not weapons, armor. So armor, that means that whenever you wear them, you've got haste on you already. Which, I mean, sounds about as broken as it is. Yeah, the top level of weapons and armor in this game...
I wouldn't know. I have never got that many chocobo feathers.
I think it's 30 that you need for one of these auto haste things.
Oh yeah.
And you only start really needing auto haste. I mean, it makes the game a little bit easier overall, obviously, as it would. But you only start really needing them when you start fighting the Dark Aeons, which, I mean, I'm not convinced that we're going to do. It's a long time for this lightning bolt. Where is it? Oh.
5 times.
It was biding its time. Alright, so we've got the limit of that guy. Didn't even kill that guy. Titus, you come out.
My turn now.
Yes, your turn now. Very good, Titus. Got the limit of that guy.
The Onion Knight weapon itself is in Barge Temple.
Oh, I wonder where. I think it's just in the... Oh! That is not fair. That was right after a battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in the water.
Yeah. I'm just remembering. Yeah, it is. And because we did that just before we had the Celestial Mirror.
This'll be easy.
Yes, it will be. We don't have his ultimate weapon, so we won't switch to that. But the other two, I think we can quite happily switch to their celestial weapons, show them off a little bit. These are the kinds of things we're going for. Titus's badass Sword of Doom and Yuna's staff. It's just really a staff, isn't it? Ah, I got you that time. You weren't gonna fool me twice. As we were saying, at least this place has some okay music.
What was that?
At least this place has some okay music. Imagine if this was the Chocobo theme the whole time.
Yeah, this music is actually quite nice.
I haven't seen one of those lizard things in a while. I wonder if that's the only monster that we haven't caught all of.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, catching things is also important. Not that we need to catch any more things here, but in order to get unlock Orin's celestial weapon, we do need to catch a whole bunch of stuff. It's a total of 10 areas.
Yeah, well, important is definitely a relative term.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nothing that we do in this stream is really important, Chris.
No.
Apart from talk to one another. I had another chat with an old friend today, actually, as part of the podcast. I did my interview for this month's episode with a former flatmate of mine, who is now the co-founder of an activist group, a climate activist group called Scientist Rebellion.
Is this someone I've met?
No, it is not someone you've met. It was not one of the people that you met when you accidentally or on purpose visited me. Funny fact about Chris, he has visited me twice in the UK. Once was accidentally.
Hmm.
I mean... do you want to tell the story, Chris?
No.
Oh, I think I can tell the story.
Was it an invitation to tell the story?
It was an invitation to tell the story, but you don't have to.
Oh.
I can tell it.
I think I'll tell it better, to be honest.
Well, from what I remember, it was 2013. And Chris was involved in and was it an Architecture of Rome course?
Yeah.
Where he was spending time out in Rome because it's something that the US universities do, is they send their PhD students all sorts of places. As we know, Chris has been to already reached the limit of that guy. Chris has been to Greece and written a whole bunch of poetry about that. Oh, I'll just kill the guy.
Which is not what I was supposed to be doing, but you know, details.
Yeah. He's been all over the place, done a whole bunch of things. But this was a course in Roman architecture, and from what I understand, he was mainly standing in the Lago Argentina, drawing buildings.
Pretty much.
For 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
That is the...
Thank you. 2 weeks or 3 weeks, Chris?
I think it was 3 weeks. Maybe
All
three
right.
and a half even.
Well, so he was in Rome. I was at Oxford doing my masters, and Chris. So not too far away. And Chris decided, unusually for him, that he was going to enjoy the after party. So Chris, from what I'm imagining, Chris chugged an entire bottle of limoncello cream and really cut loose on the dance floor, because as we all know, that's something that Chris would do.
There was actually a very nice cocktail, which I believe they called a Spagnoletto, which I'm told. I mean, it means a little Spaniard, but I'm told that that's Italian slang for what in English is called a boob job.
A boob job.
Yeah. The cocktail was actually served in a little shot glass made entirely of dark chocolate.
Oh wow! That sounds
And whipped cream
extravagant.
on top.
If you needed proof that the American Academy has far too much money, that is it right there.
Yeah, I mean, they were not paying for this. This was at a bar in Trastevere.
Oh yeah, so you say.
I have no reason to lie about that.
So Chris goes out drinking, has a merry time, enjoys the company of all his friends, thinks nothing of it. The next day, he gets ready, he packs up, heads out to Ciampino, or is it Da Vinci? One of the two airports at Rome, looks for his flight, and his flight is nowhere to be seen.
I didn't actually head out to the airport. I realized the issue before leaving.
So, the issue
of
being
course, I had gotten the dates wrong. I was supposed to leave the previous day.
So, when Chris had been out drinking and merrymaking, his flight had been leaving. And it wasn't a simple flight, was it, Chris?
Already left. Had left that morning, to be fair. The drinking did not contribute.
It makes a worse story. But
well, you see, you do tell it better.
but it's not a simple flight, as anyone who's been to Cincinnati might know, to get from Rome to Cincinnati. In fact, it's probably about 4 flights, isn't it, Chris?
It's 3.
3 flights. So it was a bit of a mess to get home, and Chris was freaking out, didn't know what to do. So decided in his wisdom, rather than go to Rome, he was going to come to England and see me. Despite never having been to Oxford before, not really knowing how to get from Heathrow to Oxford, or where indeed I was going to be. So an intrepid odyssey of a bus journey later, and Chris being slightly lost, and we eventually found each other, and Chris arrived completely by accident to visit me in Oxford.
60.
Wonderful. You had a nice time in Oxford? You attended a garden party?
I entered a bake-off.
You entered a bake-off. Did you place in that bake-off?
I don't think I did. And it was very impromptu. I don't remember what I made. I think I made a sort of fruit pastry thing.
Yes, you stayed with our good friend, Chris of the Island. Chris DeLille. Shout out to him wherever he is these days. Actually don't know where Chris is these days. People who
I do off the top of my head either.
People who do their DPhils in Oxford tend to stick around Oxford, so I imagine he's around there somewhere. But yeah, that was Chris's first trip, or first and quite accidental trip to the UK. $60. Oh. Not even a third of the way there. A third of the way to being disappointed once more. Yeah, get those Chocobo feathers.
You are now almost exactly a third of the way. You're at 65.
Well, a third of the way to not being disappointed anymore.
Yeah. Gotten 1/3 of the way. Totally get the rest of the way. Easy.
I'd like to fight more cactus so I can steal more Chocobo feathers. Actually, the Iron Giants, I think, give you what you need for auto protect as well. So it's a nice little area for things like that.
Curtain or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Whew. I'm on edge, Chris. I'm on edge.
As you should be.
Though I haven't reached the stage of my eyes hurting yet. This little session has been much easier on my eyes than last one.
So far.
Yeah, thus far.
Farewell.
Oh, good. We have captured the limit of them.
That's
I
how
wasn't
it's
sure.
done.
So yeah, we've captured the limit of everyone here now. Yeah, gotcha.
Of course, if you get it right the first time, then, you know...
We're going to have to figure out something else to do with the rest of the stream.
Be put to rest, you know? Your eyes will not have to keep staring anymore.
Exactly.
It's an added motivation for you.
I don't think I need any more motivation. This is certainly motivation enough. Just completing the damn thing and not disappointing everyone, but especially myself. And of course you.
I think it's mostly yourself.
Ah, yeah, it's probably most of myself.
Anyone watching this stream is probably watching specifically to see you suffer, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. There is a point that we'd have to figure out what to do with the rest of the stream, not touch wood, not wanting to jinx myself.
What's going on with this lightning?
I don't know. It just doesn't like me anymore.
Have you found the eye of the storm somehow?
I think I may have. And stay here and never be struck again.
Let's leave Riku here.
No, she's learning to channel lightning, remember?
Oh yeah. She's overcoming her fear.
Yeah, she's a lightning lady now. Lightning! Hello! I need to dodge you. Oh, there we go.
Ah.
Okay, I'm starting to feel it in the eyes now that we've had that,
How
that
are
long
your
period.
nerves doing?
Pardon?
How are your nerves doing?
I mean, a little frayed. That was not a fun little moment there.
When the lightning stopped for some reason.
Yeah, I was focusing quite intently. So yeah, that was not a fun little segment there. But we'll move forward.
Or is it just haunting you?
I mean, I do feel taunted.
Hmm.
I do feel taunted. Oh yeah, got it. I always find after a battle you kind of have to reset your nerves. You're not kind of in the mind, or the right mind. Right mindset? Words!
Something like that.
So it's always nice when you get a stretch without a battle and can kind of string 5 or 6 of them together in a row.
That is 90.
Well,
Almost halfway.
almost halfway, people. Don't get it twisted. We're here to do a thing, and that thing, well, hopefully it'll be done. Let's see what happens. Bye! Ah, I think we all needed that.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we all needed that. So what's been going on over in the world of the Pokemon blog, Chris?
Not much of tremendous importance.
You've answered a couple of questions, I see,
I have.
which is nice. It's nice to keep that ball rolling, or get it rolling once again, I assume. Oh, you bastard!
Yeah. That was 95.
Well, better 95 than 195. Yeah, my button stuck down a little bit, so I pressed it twice, but not quite at the right time. Alas.
Pressing it too early is a real killer in this supposed game.
I mean, I think it is a game. It's whether it's fun or
Alleged
not
game.
is. I mean, there are plenty of games I think that, or things that would be counted as games that are no fun. Monopoly, for example.
Blitzball, for instance.
Monopoly, I was thinking. Like, who enjoys Monopoly? What kind of crazed individual enjoys Monopoly?
Real estate dealers.
I mean, invariably, Monopoly is a game where one person has fun and everyone else hates them. It is one of my favorite
Which,
facts.
you know, it is supposed to be a metaphor for capitalism, after all.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite facts that Monopoly was created to point out the failings of capitalism.
Over 100 years ago,
Yeah.
and no one listened.
Well, that was a big topic of the chat today. Was about systemic failings, and the issues with an economic structure that assumes constant growth. And doesn't put value on sustainability. But that's not for this. This is not the All About Energy podcast. Tell me more about the what blog questions have you got in the bank at the moment, Chris? Because there are a few of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I'll open my big document of doom.
Big document of doom. It is very doomful. Well, there's one that you've been working on for a while. I noticed in the document.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that for at least a while longer. Someone wants to know what Digimon I would have if I had a Digimon partner instead of a Pokemon partner.
I mean, a fair question. I always felt a particular affinity for like the weirder, or not the weirder, but the more off the beaten track Digimon. Although Digimon had some absolutely appalling character design. I mean, isn't there?
Well, I think it has some that are intentionally very grotesque.
There's literally a poo Digimon, right?
Yeah, that one's just dumb. I think that one's, what is it, Sukamon?
I don't know.
The yellow poo?
I don't know. I don't remember their names.
It's Sukamon.
One of the failings that I had when I was looking at this question, thinking about what I would choose, I always had an affinity for the either the Celestial Digimon or the very Draconid Digimon. So there's like a zombie dragon-y thing that I always thought was quite cool. But I can't remember its
zombie
name.
dragon-y thing?
Well, I don't think it's zombie so much as like its wings had little bits out of them, so it was almost like devilly. But
Oh yeah.
I
Thank you,
don't remember
everyone.
its name.
I think a lot of Digimon with wings are a bit like that.
Oh, you absolute shit!
Didn't even get to 30. It was number 29 that hit you.
Oh well, gonna be here for a while longer, team. See, now I'm starting to really wish we had no encounter. Oh, but we can use energy rain.
No, I've been saving this one for you.
We have been saving this one for you. We might even get Blitz Ace. That's another thing to think about, or to at
That's
least
true.
consider aiming towards. So if we're going to be dodging lightning bolts, we may as well be using. Yes, too easy, Titus. I mean, you were way over leveled for this area, so I would hope it would be too easy. Let me just change Titus' overdrive mode. None of these are very good. But let's say Victor, because that way we'll it'll
I think
be
Vector
steady.
makes sense for what we're doing.
Yeah. Victor, I think, might be every 5 battles. Slayer,
Something like that. I think it might even be every 4.
well, we've got triple overdrive as well, remember, so with his weapon. So it might be even more frequent than that. Oh, this hits. I could have changed it to Daredevil now. Dong. Good, 87 damage. That's what we like to see. Get those numbers up, Titus. It's because he's got low health, to be fair. And, I mean, low attack. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's because he's bad at everything is the main problem.
Yeah. Generally, if your characters are bad at things, then they are not good at things.
Counterintuitive, but true.
I mean, just spitting some wisdom for you. Who says we're not informative? So what other questions have you got over at the blog there, Chris?
I actually have one from our dear friend Seronimo that's been sitting there a while.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Wanted to know about predator-prey relationships between Pokemon.
Is Seronimo
how
in
on
the
earth they work.
is Seronimo in the chat today? it-
As far as I've seen, no one is in the chat today.
Alas.
Which, you know, frankly, I cannot blame them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Doesn't look like anything interesting is going to happen today.
I'm trying my best, Chris. Is my best not good enough?
Thank you, everyone.
Well, I suppose I would say you're trying your best to finish the Lightning Bolt challenge. I don't know if that's the same as trying your best to make interesting things happen.
I mean, I think interesting things are happening. I mean, interesting in inverted commas, maybe on a sociological level.
Interesting things are happening in your emotional life.
Oh, in my psychology, like if people wanted to watch the breakdown of a 31-year-old man, like I think we're well on the way.
Oh yes.
Titus should have his overdrive. Yeah, he does. That's what we like to see. And with energy rain, he will hopefully finish the battle and get another half of a charge. So this is actually a very efficient way of power grinding his overdrive. Can't remember how many times you have to use it. I think it might be 24.
Something like that. It's in that order of magnitude.
Yeah, it's not like 200. So yeah, we could make fairly light work of that at least, even if this does dodging lightning bolts takes us another hour. Oh god, we're still working on this next week.
We do have another hour.
I know. If we're still working on this, if I don't complete this today, I am going to cry. Like, there are no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, there will be tears.
Will you cry live on stream?
I mean, I may. I got pretty close to it last week when I thought I was going to lose the Blitzball match after dying at
Thank you.
192 lightning bolts, but we ended up winning the Blitzball match, and I ended on a positive note, and I wasn't sad anymore. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But if I have to face another week of dodging lightning bolts after this one, my word. My word. Look, Titus has another thing. Good on him. Don't know Prey. You do know Cure though, don't you? Good work, Yuna. Just so it does a little bit more damage. I mean, it shouldn't matter how much damage it does, but...
Does his weapon damage with his Celestial Weapon affect the damage of his Overdrive?
I think so. I think that's part of it. Goes into the calculation. I think.
Thank you, everyone.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I'm not convinced it does, because the damage he did there was pretty similar to what he was doing before. Oh, and you've passed 30, by the way.
oh, thank God. I was like, this is a long 30. Whew. Dodge these lightning bolts. Takes a lot of skill, this. I heard someone refer to the long 90s yesterday.
Yeah, that is a term that I have not heard but have thought in my head.
Oh, interesting. When does the long 90s start and end for you? Historians talk about long decades,
90s.
long centuries, because there's a cultural split at some point. So where does the long
90s begins with the fall of the USSR and ends with the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Interesting. I mean, I think that's a good I think that's a good reckoning of it. The person who was speaking that I heard yesterday had the endpoint set at for whatever reason, I don't know, that maybe they just hate America. They set the endpoint at the financial crisis.
Oh yeah, that's plausible.
Because, I mean, you could consider, this is not their argument, but I suppose you could consider the war in Iraq and Afghanistan the continuation of the early 90s aggression between America and the Middle East with the Gulf War. So you could see those as interrelated, at least. Especially considering that the president was the son of... Yeah, they were related, father and son.
Yeah, I think to my mind, if you're going up to 2008, like that is still sort of a meaningful division of time, but you have to start calling it something other than the long 90s.
Yeah, probably. What would you call that?
I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it.
I
think that the pop culture in the 90s is kind of defined by like America being at the top of the world, unchallenged, and the kind of deep insanity that engenders in a culture.
Yeah, I get that. The kind of the lack of the Cold War threat and what comes out of it. Yeah, I understand that. I think there's a division within the 90s though, because early 90s was very different from I think the late 90s was more similar to the early 2000s than it was to the early 90s. And you can just look at some of the fashion from the early 90s, and it is just insane. Basically straight out of the 80s.
Farewell.
In my view. I know you're a fashion connoisseur, Chris, so you'll have an opinion.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I really have my finger on the pulse of the latest clothes. I don't know any of the words.
I think clothes are a word.
It's definitely a word. I don't know what the fashion term is for clothes.
I mean, I would say clothes.
Okay.
Designs? No.
Sure. Looks.
Style?
I think they call them looks.
Style is definitely a fashion term, right?
Probably.
I can't believe there are people listening to this.
Are there?
There are. Though
Okay.
So I think the division, either way you divide that, either one of the ones that we've suggested is very American-centric, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, I mean, there was a financial crisis in the 90s, right? There was, was it a Japanese and Korean financial crisis? In the late 90s?
I don't remember.
I believe so.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like the entire world is stable. But, like, it is hard to contest, I think, that America was in charge of the world for a while.
Yeah, certainly the lone dominant force. It does work like that in real life, Helena. Those attributes that we gave you there, you now have them.
Oh yes, absolutely.
They are transferable. You're now significantly more agile than you were 5 minutes ago. You're welcome. You can thank us when you're at the Olympics. That's happening this year, isn't it?
I think so, in Tokyo, yeah.
What are they doing with the... So is it just going to be 3 years until the next Olympics?
I have no idea. Maybe the Olympics will just now be, you know, not in years that are multiples of 4. It'll just be 4+1.
I'm done with that. I think I'd be happy. Though, I don't know, I do feel kind of conflicted about holding the Olympics this year. I mean, assuming that everyone has access to vaccines and things like that, then I guess it's fine. But the vaccines aren't being rolled out evenly, and I think it would be wrong to give it to Olympians over regular people just so that they can run fast in a straight line or swim in a pool in a certain way. So
and
yeah.
Japan is also, as I understand it, kind of breaking all of its own rules to let the athletes in. Like they're not being screened with anything near the same. What I'm looking for? Any the same rigorousness as people coming into Japan for other reasons.
Rigor?
Yeah. In fact, I think at the moment, if you're not a Japanese citizen or permanent resident, you just can't enter the country.
I mean,
but an exception is being made for the athletes.
you see, I feel uneasy about that. Like if everything were to be fine, or if there was a way to ensure that there was no preferential treatment going on, because I mean, we're at the stage where families have been divided for a year, and in places like Japan, even more than a year. So I don't think being able to see someone's grandparents should be trumped by these, I mean, effectively
People who can run fast and catch balls.
yeah, or who can ride horses that dance, for example. Dressage is a strange thing.
It really is.
I don't understand it. I don't understand dancing horses.
Well, I mean, they're horses and they dance. What's to understand?
I mean, why? Like, is it to show how well you've trained the horse?
I think so. I mean, if you had trained a horse to dance, wouldn't you be quite proud of that fact?
Yeah, but why does it have a place at the Olympics?
Well, you know.
We don't have car racing at the Olympics. Look how well I've made this car. No, we shouldn't. Car racing should not be a thing. God. Carbon footprint of all the different motorsports around the world. I mean...
Electric vehicles only.
No, I want Flintstone cars. So you can...
Isn't that just kind of sprinting with extra steps?
I mean... It's either sprinting or it's cycling. Because surely all a bicycle is a Flintstone car with gears.
That is an interesting point, Helena. Dressage is kind of like having Pokemon at the Olympics.
And should we have Pokemon at the Olympics, Chris?
Well, obviously.
Or should it be at the X Games?
At the what now?
The X Games, Chris.
What are the X Games?
The X Games are for extreme sports.
Oh, I see. Well, Pokemon training is certainly very extreme.
So you'd support Pokemon training at the X Games.
Thank you.
I mean, this is the first I've heard of the X Games, so I don't know how strong my opinions about them or what sports they should include.
Chris, haven't you got the memo? It's the 21st century. You're supposed to have opinions about everything as soon as you hear about them.
I refuse to have opinions about anything. 90.
Whoa, I took my eye off it then. I was just trying to figure out what you said. Why you said 90, and then I remembered that you were counting. Just as a lightning bolt struck. 90, good. Getting them in some good dodging.
Yeah, this is now your longest streak of the day.
Oh, good. It's always nice. Let's make it the longest streak of the stream, shall we?
Yeah, let's get to 197 this time.
I've been saving this one.
Oh dear. It would be very sad. I'm playing 2 games of cricket this weekend, so that would get me out of the slump. I'm playing at one of my favourite grounds. I've only played 1 game there, but it's my favourite ground.
I think I lost you behind all of the explosions. You're doing what today?
Oh no, I'm playing 2 games of cricket this weekend. 1 on Saturday, one on Sunday. So that'll break me out of any funk that results from whatever happens next. But I'm playing at one of my favourite. Oh, actually, I'm playing next to 2 castles. 2 games next to 2 different castles.
That's exciting.
It is. Next to Warkworth Castle tomorrow. And next to Bamborough Castle on Sunday.
And are you defending or conquering these castles?
Conquering or attempting to conquer on Saturday and defending on Sunday. So a bit of both. I haven't cast Death in this game for a while. Oh, he just pulls out his soul and crushes
work
it.
on these guys? Oh, so it does.
It does. That's quite a cool little.
I'm just so used to Death not working on anything you would bother casting it on.
Yeah, death is not really a useful spell in the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy VIII is where it's most useful if you're not doing a levelless playthrough. You can. So Final Fantasy VIII has this weird system where it's called the junction system. And you can junction magic that you gain from various means onto abilities. So you can, and so you use them to increase your strength or your HP or whatever. You can also junction them to like elements to your attack and to your defense, so you can absorb elements through the system. And you can junction status magic to your attacks so that your attacks do status damage. And you can junction death to your attack, and anything that is susceptible to death will just die in one hit. And they've got a special animation for it where they just basically explode in this like flame of red, which is quite enjoyable to see. You can do it quite early on. You can get death quite early on in the game. And there's one place where you can train and just get your guys up to the full level just by kind of abusing the fact that death works on these very powerful enemies. I think they're called monsters in that game.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that system... the problem with the implementation of the system is that the magic is actually more effective at boosting your stats than leveling up is. So you get to a point where there's actually no point leveling up, because what all leveling up does is make your opponent stronger. Whereas if you've got access to these special magics, you can get stronger without making your opponent stronger. So, I mean, yeah, why would you bother leveling up?
You've passed 120, by the way. You're at 121.
Oh, good. I do quite like the number 121. 121 is a nice number.
It is a nice number.
Palindrome, divisible by 11.
11 squared. Very good number.
Come on,
It's
lightning.
not a number you're on before, but that is how numbers work. We have to say goodbye to all of them sooner or later.
Yes. Sorry, I'm concentrating so hard, I'm not quite sure what you said, but I agree.
As you should.
I don't often agree with you, Chris, but whatever you said just then...
No need for you to understand what I'm saying before agreeing with me.
Well, I mean, as I was saying, I don't normally agree with you, but this time, I'm sure I do. Oh, man. Nice work, Titus. Still no Blitz Ace though, so we're still aiming for that. So we've got 2 tasks on the go right now. One may be something I invented to stop from going insane whilst doing the other. Cool.
How's your mental health?
Low. I'm struggling right now. Whew. But as we approach 150, slowly but surely, I'm
Doing all right.
I'm doing all right. Thanks, Yuna. I needed that. Sometimes these emotional messages come through for you. Mostly, though, just really annoying. basically, I think those battle messages are mostly Square Enix wanting to show off that they now have voice acting. But yeah, occasionally, it's really sweet, and it's exactly what you need at that time. Alright, time for another Titus energy rain.
Check this out.
I will check it out, Titus. Easy as that. Come on, Blitz Ace. No, Blitz Ace. That's okay, we'll have to wait another 2 battles. Ooh, didn't give me that time. I was ready for you, Lightning. Oh, are you kidding me? I thought I pressed that in time.
I am not.
I thought I pressed that in time.
Ah, 149.
You absolute shitbag.
Yep.
Enough.
There's just enough time in the stream left for one more attempt.
You can't put that kind of
Make
pressure
no
on me,
more
Chris.
mistakes. I think we can get to 200.
Or make some mistakes very quickly.
Yes, perhaps.
I don't want to cry
If you screw
on.
up the very next lightning bolt, then we probably have time for
so.
another go.
Don't want to cry on stream, Chris. I don't want to cry on stream.
I am indifferent to whether you cry on stream. I think that there's many considerations as to whether that would make good content.
I mean, I'm actually confident it would make quite good content, to be honest. But I would also be very sad.
To be fair, I don't know if it would be recognized
Thought so.
that you were crying on stream. I don't know if it would come across unless you were like full sobbing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm at full sob. I don't think I'll be at full sobbing. I think there'll just be a single tear rolling down my stoic face. Oh yeah, 300 damage, Titus. Don't break the bank, mate. 5. I think.
Hmm?
I think that was number
No,
6.
more than 5.
Oh, good.
You're at 8 now. 9.
Oh, ambushed by these little bastards. Oh. 1,000 damage.
Machine gun noise.
Boom. Come on, Energy Rain.
Mighty Mo!
If we can get Blitz Ace, that means today hasn't been a waste of time. That's what I'm telling myself.
Of course, if you can get to 200 lightning bolts today, also won't have been a waste of time.
Correct.
Yeah!
I'm not crazy, Napper. You're crazy, Napper.
Mm.
Not the line. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Especially you, Napper. I do miss the old days of Team 4 Star. I think we've spoken about it briefly on stream before.
Oh, probably.
Did you end up watching any of the Cell Saga stuff that they did? Or the Android and Cell Saga?
I did, yeah.
What did you think of it?
I actually rewatched it quite recently. I liked it.
I think as they got better at story writing and as they got better at doing their thing, so they got better at actually animating. I think some of the joy of the series was lost.
Yeah.
And it may have been because they were working to a deadline, it may have been because they were taking it more seriously, but very few of the jokes from that Android Cell Saga have the same quality that some of the earlier seasons jokes had. In my opinion. Like, you don't have the guru-esque figure, the super quotable person from that season that pops up.
I don't know, their cell is pretty great.
Their cell is very good. I don't deny that at all. But it's not Nappa, right? I mean, even Frieza was absolutely brilliant throughout the series. And I
Check
think
this out.
so. Yeah, Cell was good, was well written, but it wasn't quite the same. I feel like they started to stick much more closely to the material that they had.
Thank you.
Or the content of the actual storyline, rather than the first two series that they did with the Saiyan Saga and the Frieza Saga. Kind of anything could happen, or it felt like anything could happen, and be part of a running joke.
Yeah, I suppose I see what you mean.
Although in saying that, they did the Android 18 Krillin relationship better, so much better than the actual series. Come at me, bro. There we go. Back on it. Come on, the lightning. Ugh. Defend. Swordplay, Energy Rain, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I've saved this one for you. All those lines. I've been doing this too long, Chris. Come on, Blitz Ace.
Enough.
Play hell, Titus. No Blitz
That's
Ace.
how it's done.
Well, at least Blitz Ace can't be taken away by being struck by a lightning bolt. Or our progress towards Blitz Ace can't be taken away from us cruelly.
You've just hit 30.
Bloody hell. That felt like a long 30 too. Ugh. Crushed.
You like
Crushed.
that?
I do like that, Titus. I do like that. Dodge these lightning bolts. Come on, man. There we go. Come on, lightning. Where you at? Come get me, bro. Oh. So play Energy
Too late
Rain.
to beg for mercy.
Yeah, it is too late to beg for mercy. I've already been doing this for an hour and 5 minutes today, and 45 minutes last week. I'm invested now. There's a name for that fallacy, isn't it? That people often,
No
if
time
they
to
invest
waste.
a little
Let's
bit in
go.
something, they're more likely to double down.
People what to who?
There's a theory that people who invest either time or money into something that isn't paying off necessarily as well as they had hoped often double down rather than quit, because despite the fact that they're more likely to lose if they keep going.
Sunk costs.
Yeah, exactly. Our sunk cost in this so far is an hour and 45 minutes of my life. And your life. But rather than giving up and just, being happy with what we've got, I'm going to keep sinking all these costs. Sinking all my time in to try and do this. Because one day, it will happen.
Will it though?
It will? It will. Speaking truth to power, it will happen. What timing! What timing! What
That was perfect timing.
fantastic
there.
timing! Oh wow!
Bang! So it worked.
Ah. What are the odds of that happening? Like, that was literally straight after the battle. There was nothing I could do. Oh.
That's approximately 80%.
Ah, that is,
By saying that, you made it almost inevitable.
that is tragic. That is very tragic. We still haven't got damn Blitz Ace.
You have 22 minutes left on the stream.
I know. This will be the our last
Thank you, everyone.
attempt.
If you have no encounters, it's possible to do the run of 200 in that time. I think with fights breaking it up, we may end up going a bit over time, unless you just fail again entirely.
I mean, failure is always an option, Chris. You should know this.
Failure is always an option.
It's a Mythbusters motto, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's a Mythbusters motto. Just need a good little string here before our next encounter. Come on, give me two in a row. Oh, you bastard. Another energy rain from Titus. Don't mind if we do. Come on. Kill all the guys. Give us the overdrive. That's what we need. That's what we want.
Too easy.
Ah, not easy enough. Aha. Come on. Bloody little cactus fiends.
Who designed this? Who thought that this was a good idea?
Square Enix.
Yes.
In their wisdom. Quote unquote wisdom. Run away. Run away. 1,000 evils. It's okay, we'll win this battle. And then Titus will have a full overdrive gauge again. Is right.
Mm.
Yeah. Was it like 18?
19.
Oh, that's pretty close. That was just a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yeah, lightning.
Yeah, lightning, lightning, lightning.
Come on, I need another big string. Oh. At least I can bash them into oblivion. Or energy rain them into oblivion. I'm not quite sure how energy rain works.
Probably, I don't know.
Is it the energy
Burst
that's
or
doing the
gas.
damage, or is it the fact that the ground explodes and they flip over?
Yes.
Because look, he shoots these things and they go around the beastie.
Farewell.
Yeah, well,
That's how it's done.
that is, in fact, how it is done.
So they say.
Oh yeah. Come on, give me a nice little streak of 10 here. Need it. Oh yeah. Oh, that was only 4.
It's not.
You guys are toast.
Good work, Titus.
Farewell.
He's trying. He's trying.
He always does.
Ah, yeah. There's a little bit of Titus in all of us.
That's it.
Woo! We're approaching a 1/6 of the way there. Sigh.
Mm-hmm.
Come
You can do it. Don't give up, etc.
on. Ooh.
I have faith in you.
Thanks, Chris. I don't. Come on. Come on. Oh, should have stolen. Rain energy down upon them. Come on, Blitz Ace. Here we go. We must have used energy rain 10 times.
Oh,
Just in this-
certainly some number.
Some number is certainly true. Jeez, that guy took some killing. But no Blitz Ace. Oh well.
No, indeed.
Oh, you bastard. Nearly got me that time.
Mm. It is always the one straight out of a fight, isn't it?
It's often the one straight out of the fight, certainly. Say it was always, I think, is giving me a bit of... is letting me off lightly. It is sometimes me being
That's
bad.
true. Sometimes you just completely fuck up.
It has been known to happen. Let's use an outfit potion. I'm not sure if it can cures confusion, actually. It does not. Good work, Titus.
Me.
No, you're excused. Alright. Titus with another full full limit gauge. Oh! Whoa! That one was spicy. Got my guard up just in time.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Got a little flow of adrenaline there after that one. But excited. Ooh.
Yes, channel that excitement. Use it.
Enough.
Good work.
No
time
Orin.
to waste.
No.
Let's go.
Yep, let's
So
go.
much more to do.
Come on, I need another big streak.
Doesn't Orin realize we're only at 42 lightning bolts?
Well, I need another big streak. Come on, the streak. Was not quite big enough. Good work, Titus. You tried. Steal another chocobo feather. We must have a lot of chocobo feathers by now.
You'd hope so.
I even have
Of course,
enough.
if you open the menu to check, then the first lightning bolt after you close the menu will probably get you.
Yep. Oh, which is why I'm not going to check. That was not a little bad stretch. 5 there. I wonder if it's usable. Chocobo feather 51. And that is a number.
It is a number.
Check this out.
Okay, Titus. Let's get Blitz Ace. Come on, mate. I feel like right now we're being punished for the role that we used Titus in throughout the main body of the playthrough.
Farewell.
He did not get the opportunity to use to use his overdrives nearly enough.
There's two different items on this. There's Chocobo Feather and Chocobo Wing.
Yeah. I don't really remember which one is more important than the other. One teaches haste and one teaches Uraeon's Hastiger. Of course, Uraeons don't need Hastiger because they're only ever out one at a time. And I think there's actually a reasonably big time penalty if you use Hastiger on yourself. Because of course moves have different time penalties in this game. So you get faster, but you also spend you lose whatever they want to call it, initiative, moviness, something like that.
Farewell.
Moviness sounds reasonable.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Ho ho! But after the battle one, it's a little bastard.
Okay, Chocobo Wing puts auto haste on your armor. Chocobo Feather is for initiative on weapons.
Ah, that's no good. Where do you get the Chocobo wings from? Or is it just the rarer of the two items? The only good thing about, well, the major good thing about Final Fantasy 8 is that you've got, what's it called? You have,
Apparently you... Sorry?
well, Final Fantasy 8, one of the main good things about it is that you can refine items to make rarer items out of basic ones. Not the case in these games. Sorry, I interrupted you, apparently.
Yeah, you had to steal Chocobo Wings from the Cactor in the desert. In Bicanel Island.
Oh well.
Oh, you're past 60, by the way.
Oh, huzzah.
63. 64.
Huzzah. We may get there yet. Ooh, that was a dodgy one. Come on. We need a couple of big streaks. Ah. I mean, that's the case, and we're just sealing these things for no reason, we could just be... I mean, we are still getting Titus's thing up, so I suppose there is some point in doing it. Can't just flee from these battles. Oh, Yuna's not very fast, interestingly.
Yeah, I don't think Waka's track actually has a lot of speed.
No, Waka is very slow.
It's just accuracy.
Yeah. A little bit of strength, a lot of accuracy, a little bit of magic, I think.
Surprisingly, quite a bit of magic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess Drain and Osmos are both on that line.
Like, I've found that Waka is probably the easiest character to transition into being a mage when he finishes his first track.
You mean easiest of the non-mages, I assume?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Yuna's the actual answer to the easiest to transition.
Yeah.
White mage to black mage.
Farewell.
But yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. Aside from her and Lulu. Kamari actually starts with a surprisingly high amount of magic.
Yeah. Kamari doesn't have a default track though, so like you can choose to make him a mage at the beginning.
Yeah. Though he is quite slow. Go for bulky mage. So I suppose that's what Lulu is as well, a bulky mage, because she gets so much magic defense. If you were to compare all the characters in Final Fantasy X to Pokemon, who would they be? In terms of what their default, like what they're good at by default, not in our crazy playthrough.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo!
I think I see Titus as like,
Speedy, low attack, low, medium attack, low defenses, low HP.
Farewell.
I guess that would be some. What you're describing
That's
there
how
is
it's
something like
done.
Persian. But I don't know if that fits him.
What's someone who's obvious? Who stands
Well,
out to you?
I kind of want him to be a water type because of his sword.
And the fact that he can effectively breathe underwater.
Like maybe Float Cell. I think Float Cell is a good one for him.
Yeah, I can see it. What about Yuna? I mean, the easy option is something that does healing, like a Blissey, but she's not really a... I wouldn't have thought she was a Blissey.
You're past 90, by the way.
Oh, that's not too bad. In fact, some might say that was good.
All you have to do now is not screw up for the next 110.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Don't have much time to do that in either. So I need a good little chain
I
here.
think at this stage we may as well keep going until you finish your current attempt.
Yep, that sounds good.
What
Well,
is you?
That was a nice little go of it.
Maybe Altaria for Yuna.
I think I can see that. I mean,
This one for you.
Altaria is certainly the Velafor of Pokemon,
Yeah.
so I can see that. Yeah. What about Waka? It's kind of like a slow mixed attacker.
I think Walker should probably be Persimmon,
Oh, really?
just because it throws things. You sound very disappointed.
I mean, Persimmon is just neither here nor there for me as a Pokemon. Yeah, I understand the throwing things angle, but like I would have thought Waka as a playstyle was slightly more bulky, not very fast, mixed attacker. That's the kind of vibe that I get from Waka. Because well, maybe physical attacker, but a surprise, like maybe good enough special
No time to
attack that
waste.
you
Let's
could
go.
throw one thing on there just as a surprise. So like a potentially viable mixed attacker.
Nidoking?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see Nidoking. Versatile.
I don't think it's such a good fit for him as sort of a character.
I think Nidoking's probably racist. Certainly it's the Pokemon that believes most fervently in gender roles.
That's true.
So yeah, I mean I like Nidoking. Would you go Nidoqueen for Lulu then?
I don't think so. Lulu surely needs to be something with high special attack.
That's true. Oh, that is not what I want to do. Yeah, Lulu needs to be something with high special attack, low speed.
And a wide selection of moves.
High special attack, low speed, high special defense as well. And I think special defense would be the key.
Farewell.
Maybe something like Cresselia?
What was that?
Cresselia?
I don't know if I'd give any of them a legendary Pokemon.
Okay.
I
I mean, that does fit what we're describing, right? A high special.
I don't think Cresselia has the move pool that I would want for Lulu.
No, fair enough. What about like Clefable?
Yeah, Clefable could work.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough point, Seronimo. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat rather than battling. Because this is the only time I get to do that. If you think about them as trainers and what parties that they'd have, I think it's harder to think of them as single Pokemon and try to sum them up in one thing. Which is why I'm trying to get Chris to do it. Because I think that is more difficult. It's certainly more restrictive.
Oh, did I mention you passed 120?
You did not.
Quite a while ago, in fact.
Oh, good. So yeah, so maybe Clefable. I mean, that's a wide move pool, special attacker.
Yeah.
See, Kamari's the hard one. Kamari has to be a jack of all trades, master of none.
Mm.
I've
Smeargle.
been saving this one for you.
I mean, that is a good shout, and especially in the way that he steals opponents' moves.
And in the way that Smeargle is rubbish.
Told ya.
Yeah, yes. But useful to have in certain occasions.
Mm.
Like, for instance, if you want to platinum clear the game, you need to have all of his moves. Ooh, that one was close.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
So get all the achievements.
Ah.
In our case, there'd be Steam achievements. You can get 100% of the achievements. Is what platinum clear means. Ooh, that one was close. My eyes are starting to hurt. Oh,
You can do it!
maybe. Geronimo, I think I was looking at them mostly battle-wise, but if you could find out, if you could get a Pokemon that fits both, considering that now there are so many Pokemon that you can probably get a number that fit their battle style. And then it's about figuring out what's the right balance of the two. Like Chris's suggestion of Floatzel, I think works quite well for Titus, or at least to the extent that I know anything about Floatzel. Ash had one, right? Or did he just have a Weasel?
Yes. I don't remember because there's a Weasel and there's an Apom, and one of them belongs to Ash and one of them belongs to Dawn, and at some point they trade.
Really?
And I don't remember who starts with which one or what they evolve and when they evolve or how that shakes out.
How any of that works.
But yeah, I remember that there was a whole deal where one of them
You
wanted
like that?
to be good at battling and one of them wanted to be good at contests. And they were mismatched to what their trainers were doing.
I have a vague recollection of that plotline, but not who was doing what and why. Although I have a feeling that it was Weasel that wanted to fight.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think it's Dawn that winds up with Ambipom in the end.
How are we doing, Chris? What am I on?
You're past 150.
I'm past 150.
Yeah.
Whew. Well,
High stakes here, Nick.
I mean, this can end one of two ways. Either with happiness or a grown man crying. Sorry, I just figured I might as well kill these guys.
Nothing to apologize for.
That's how it's done.
It is how it is done, Orin. It is how it is done. I'm a little bit upset at how inconsequential the experience that you get in this area is. Because, like, Yuna's grown up 6 levels since the start of the stream. We've been battling fairly consistent. No!
That was 162. Are you crying?
Look away, Chris. Look away. This is the last chance.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. This is the last chance. If Titus can get Blitz Ace this time, it will save my evening.
I think you said something. I couldn't hear any of it over Titus doing his explosions.
I said if Titus can get Blitz Ace, that will have saved my evening. And Titus just got Blitz Ace.
Okay.
Alright, evening saved. Wasn't a complete
It
waste of
hasn't
time.
been a complete waste of time.
We will do this all again next week. Or do we abandon all hope and just go for it? Really try and get no encounters, grow up some levels. Maybe that's what we do with the first half hour of next week. Is really go 2 feet into getting no encounters. In fact, the more I think about it, the wiser that decision seems to be, because so that no one has to watch us face these monsters ever again. Oh man. Just a slight moment of weakness, and that got me. It's a cruel and unforgiving game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you know,
This game is not your friend. It is here to punish you.
it is. Titus is going to have to come back through here so we can use some of these lovely spheres that we got last week.
Good idea.
I appreciate the support there, Eleanor. I will I will need it. But it also means if we go to Omega Dungeon, try and get the thing, we can also try and get some level 4 key spheres, so that Titus can get Ultima. Well, Titus and, in very short order, you know. Let's see, Titus is just trapped there. Orin is doing things and stuff. Sounds like something that Orin would do. Dum 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 dum. Well, so ends another episode of Final Fantasy Fridays. I'm sorry, team, that I couldn't deliver this week. We'll be back, same time, same place next week, with more of the same thing. Chris, what's coming up for you the next week on the blog?
I have no idea.
Well, hopefully something. Hopefully we've got another entry in the A Pokemon Trainer Is You series coming up next week. Fingers crossed for that, and maybe even an answer to Soronimo's question. So keep an eye out for that over at PokemonIcle.com. As for me, nothing. You will see nothing from me in the next week until we do this. So, for Chris over there from Pokemon Icle and myself, Jim, the editor, thank you very much for joining us again this week. Thanks for keeping us company through this agonizing process, and yeah, we'll see you all again soon. There you go, Chris.